Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is White Noise PR's founder and grand poobah, Sue Sillitoe. Sue, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am just fabulous. Thank you very much. All right. You know how this works. 30 seconds on the clock and then on to the next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The first one's always easy. Describe your job to a 5-year-old.
I write lots of words on a computer screen and then send them out to magazines and hope that they'll publish them. Does that work?
Well, I guess so, but if I'm a 5-year-old, I'm going to wonder why. And
Because it makes the people I write about sound good.
ooh, okay. So you spread rumors is what you're saying.
Sometimes.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. I don't know if I would like that. That's fine. All right. Next question. What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with about present day you?
God, that's a tough one. I think she would be most impressed with my ability to ride a bike up a hill that's very steep because I couldn't have done that when I was 15. I wasn't fit at all. And I think she would be least impressed with how little money I've made. Because when I was 15, I thought I was going to be really rich and famous, and I'm not that either.
Of course you are. I mean, your prose gets all over the world. Come on now.
Yeah, but when I was 15, I thought I was going to be the first woman editor of The Guardian and win the Nobel Prize for Literature. I haven't done any of that.
Well, there's still time. All right, next question. You're a burglar who only steals things that minorly inconvenience people. What 3 items would you take?
Oh, crikey, that's a tough one. I would take their spatula out of the kitchen. See how long it took them to notice it was gone. And I would take their TV remote. That would be quite funny. And maybe I would take I'd take the dog. I wonder if they'd miss the dog.
Ooh. Oh, the dog. Yeah. Oh.
I like dogs. I'll take the dog.
Next question. Tell me about your most disastrous cooking experience.
Oh God, there is one. I had some vegetarian friends around for dinner once, and I thought I would show off and make an aubergine souffle, or in America, as you call it, eggplant. And it was just awful. It didn't rise at all. It looked like this kind of weirdly purple, horrible mush in the bottom of a dish. And we put it on the table, and the four of us that were there for dinner looked at it, and we all just went, nah. So we opened beans and we did beans on toast instead. It was disgusting. It really was. It would look like something that you'd see on the sidewalk after the pub's closed.
Oh, no. Takeout time? Okay, next question. What's the most unusual job or gig you've ever had?
My very first job after I left school was working for a factory in Nottingham called Pork Farms, and they made pork pies and meat pies, and I worked there for 3 months. I wasn't actually on the production line, I was in the office, but it was quite an interesting experience.
Eye-opening, shall we say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching what goes into those pies makes you think I maybe don't necessarily want to eat too many of them.
Oh, what's that old Shakespeare line about those who enjoy good sausage and the law should never watch either being made?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, next question. Tell me about a memorable prank you've pulled or been on the receiving end of.
I'm not really much of a prankster, but on the receiving end of, I mean, God, that's a really difficult one. I actually can't think of a prank that I've pulled. When we were at school, we used to do stuff like that, like putting cling film over the toilet in the hope that someone would not
Oh,
see it. But generally, people
wow.
spotted it before they did anything. Pranks played on me, can't think of one. I'm
Ah, you're in the
sorry.
music industry. People have been so nice to you.
I know.
Wow. Okay. I need to introduce you to more people. All right. What's the one thing you wish someone had told you before you started in your career?
Oh, don't take yourself too seriously. Sometimes I think I do take things too seriously, and I would probably be better off laughing things off a bit more often.
Especially in the industry that you're in.
Yeah, I get kind of like I just take things very personally and think, oh my God, is that my fault? Oh
Oh,
no.
oh,
And
I mean,
actually, you learn fairly quickly, don't you, that it's usually not worth taking things that seriously.
it really is, yes. All right, next question. You've been invited to give the eulogy at Bozo the Clown's funeral. How do you begin?
Bozo was such a dear friend of mine, and I shall miss him dreadfully, especially his big red nose. I don't know. Where do you start with a clown? And
I
I
don't know.
did love his, and
I
I
mean,
would have to say something about the size of his feet and
big shoes to fill, maybe, you know?
big shoes to fill.
All right. That concludes our regularly scheduled questions. I'm now going to put 30 seconds more on the clock and allow you to either answer for me a question you wish I had asked you, ask me a question, shamelessly plug something, pontificate on life in general, whatever you like. 30 seconds. It's all yours. Go.
Right. Well, I'm going to shamelessly plug the little music festival that I organise every summer with a bunch of mates in Tetbury, which is called Tet Fest, and it's brilliant. And if there are any really, really, really famous musicians out there who would like to come and play for free, because we haven't got any money and we can't afford to pay you much, we would love you to come and play. And that's my plug. And it takes place in July every year in Tetbury. It's great.
You hear that, Mecca? Excellent. Excellent. Sue Sillitoe, thank you for being my guest.
Thank you very much. It's been good fun. I hope that the answers weren't too stupid.